What is up, guys? It is so good to finally be back with you. I have been gone for the last couple of weeks, but I'm excited for Student Night Live tonight. As you can tell, we've got the crew here tonight, and we are dressed up a little bit in our costumes. It's actually costume night, and so tonight when you go to small group, we want you to be in costume as well. You still have some time to go find something to wear so that you can rep with us on your small group Zoom call later tonight. Also, we would love to hear from you on our chat on YouTube, not on Facebook, but on YouTube. And in just a bit, we're going to play a game. Mary, myself, and Jaime are going to play a game, and we're each going to represent somebody in the chat. Whoever the winner is, that person who we're representing in chat actually is going to take away the prize. And so we're excited. So make sure you let us know who's Team Jaime, who's Team Broseph, and who's Team Mary in the chat, and we will pick somebody to rep. It's just always been my name. It was God-given. All right, really quick, who we have here?
Hey guys, my name is Mary Mitterling, and I'm the Associate Student Minister here at Brazos Pointe.
I'm Broseph. I'm the student minister here.
What?
I'm Alex Dunson. I'm the Student Ministry resident.
Mid-County, by the way.
Mid-County.
Yeah, what are we? Okay, we got the Ninja Turtle over here.
Falling apart over there.
What are you, Alex?
I am a dragon.
Dragon. Okay, I've got the panda repping, and we don't really know what Mary is.
I mean, it's supposed to be a bumblebee, but you can't totally tell.
Yeah. Well, tell us in the chat what you think she is. You cool cats and kittens. All right, well, let's start by giving something away.
Yes. So last week, we asked you guys to submit a scare challenge for us. So our first giveaway is going to our first scare challenge, or our only scare challenge winner. Lots of you submitted, but this is the one that we think took it away.
Let's see it.
She got so mad.
Whoa.
Oh.
She was not happy.
Not happy with
Happy
her
with that.
sister.
Let's watch it one more time. Let's see if we can get it again.
Oh,
All right.
Her face.
She was not happy. So, Alex, what does she win?
That was Mia. So Mia, congratulations. You win an iTunes gift card. So be looking out for a DM from us later today.
Nice.
Awesome. Thanks for playing, Mia.
Yeah, thanks for submitting stuff. All right, guys. It's so good to be back with you guys, sitting here all dressed up, getting really hot under these lights. The last couple of weeks, I have been away on baby watch. Got to welcome a brand new baby boy. I brought a picture for you guys. Here's baby Josiah for you to check out.
So cute.
Let's see. He's getting
Look
big.
at this
Aw,
sweet
look at that
baby.
Yeah.
he's got a lot of hair.
Yeah,
does.
2 weeks early and almost 9 pounds, so that boy was cooking.
ready.
So I have had 2 weeks just hanging out with a baby or waiting for him to come on my phone, watching the world go through everything that we have been going through. And I've realized that there are a lot of funny memes out there, but some people have a lot of time on their hands, just like I found myself and all of us. And so I wanted to share, I brought some videos to show you guys some people who had a lot of time on their hands and learned some really cool skills. And so here are a couple videos I have for you. Here's the first one. Some of these are trick shots. Let's see. Here we go. Ooh,
What?
That is impressive.
golf club,
How?
disc right into his Xbox.
Dude.
Wow.
Time to play.
How many attempts was that, you think?
Right?
Who knows?
That-
Dude, perfect.
He
He's
was
got a
excited.
competitor.
That was good.
All right, I got another one for you. Here's
Impressive.
another
That's good.
golf one. This one is a little younger. It's a little kid in a house with a driver.
I would never
gosh.
allow that.
Nope.
Let me tell you what.
Oh.
He put the candle out
No, sir.
with the driver. Okay,
That's how things
That's
get broken.
amazing.
not only was that
Wow.
impressive, but parents are getting desperate. Okay?
Right?
It's like, I don't know how you get to the point. It's like, okay, homeschooling's hard. Okay, just go to your room, go outside, do something. But it's like, all right, I've reached the point. I'm going to give my toddler a driver
Yeah,
in the
Bad
house
idea.
and take a
Nope.
full swing.
It's a bad idea.
All right, I got one more. I got another one for you. Here we go. It's the same guy from earlier. Not the kid. There we go. Check this out. The toilet paper reference.
What? No. Whoa. That's amazing.
Some people have a lot
Way
of
too
time.
much
All right.
time.
Probably.
This last one I have for you is not a trick shot, but it's more like a magic trick. So I want you to pay attention. I love this. All right, here we go.
Let's see.
Oh. Oh. Whoa. Here it comes.
What?
Whoa.
Brian, let's go back. We have to see the end of that video real quick.
With the phone in his mouth.
Some people are not only creative, but are just
Oh
bored
my
to death.
goodness.
Wow. That is.
Blew my mind. I
need
was like,
some stuff
whoa,
to
this
do.
is so
The
cool.
fact
What?
that you're doing that and you're eating that, beautiful.
That's amazing.
That's fantastic.
Oh, that's
That's
so
what I have
good.
for you. That's what I've seen the
Great
last couple
that
weeks.
was great.
That's good. All right, guys. So what we wanted to do, a little something different, is we want to give you good news, right? We're all probably in this, and we're all probably waiting for this to be over with. Yes, I took my mask off. I couldn't see anything.
Have you
My bad,
noticed
people.
how Jaime has a hard time turning?
I know, because this thing does not fit wide dudes. I get swole. Look at my muscles. Anyway, so I wanted to do sort of like a good news type vibe. So I found some articles that we're going to talk about real quick, and hopefully it can kind of shed a little light on some of the awesome things that people are doing that are out there. All right, so what we got first? Let's see. Oh, this is fantastic. So this young man, he's from the UK. He was signed up to do a half marathon for a charity. And so he was not, once they did the lockdown over there in England, he could not leave because his wife, girlfriend, has a sort of immune system issue, right? So they could never leave. So he decided to go onto his balcony and run a half marathon. So his balcony was basically like 6 meters wide. So he was just running back and forth like a crazy person.
That's
and he
crazy.
completed it in like a little bit over 3 hours. Now, here's the catch. Originally, he was going to do it for a charity. There's a charity that he did it for, which gives money and gives things back to orphans. And so what he ended up doing was he put his information out like, hey, I'm trying to raise $500. I think the last time I checked on it, he was up to $2,500 that people had given him to
Wow.
him, which is really,
That's
really cool.
amazing. That's
so
cool.
he ran a half marathon on his balcony. How crazy is that, right?
It's
All right,
wild.
what's the next story we got? Oh, okay, so this one's cool. So this young man, he's a Boy Scout out of Canada, and he has a 3D printer. And so he had heard about all of the healthcare workers wearing these masks, and they were starting to develop sort of sores on the back of their ears because, you know, these masks are super tight. So he created, I think you can see it on the bottom of that, in his 3D printer, he created basically ear guards. So what you do with this is you put it behind your head, right, and you are able to adjust your mask so that it's not completely behind your ear.
Genius.
To like, yeah, I know. And then he was able to put his thing that he created, his like pattern on the 3D pad. I don't really know how 3D printers work, but you type up things and it's like coding. Anyway, he put it online, and so other people with 3D printers are creating these for
That's
healthcare
awesome.
workers, which is really, really cool. Good job on that, kid. All right, here's the last one. I've got 2 more, I think. Let's see here. Okay, if you haven't seen this one yet, this is amazing. So this young lady, I think she was a junior high kid, maybe elementary kid, was struggling with her math, and she couldn't figure it out, right? And her teacher was doing Zoom meetings, but she wasn't getting it. Now, the teacher himself was a personal friend of her father, so her dad reached out and said, hey, she's struggling. What can you do to help? This teacher came with a dry erase board and did basically a 15-minute math lesson for the student through their screen door. That's awesome. That's
great.
teacher of the decade.
Yes.
For the record, I'm a teacher. I don't even know if I would have done that. I like kids, but not that much. This guy was like going extra mile, and I think that's really cool. Good on him. I don't know your name, dude, but I hope you're watching this one day, and you're awesome. I appreciate you. All right, we got one more story. This was more on the local side, okay? So the picture up here. So their names are, this is a Facebook post from Tiffany Bankston's Courier. Their names are Tate and
Turner.
So
Yes.
Tate and Turner are BPF small group kids.
Yes.
And basically, they were learning how to make protective masks to give to people. So they were figuring out how to do this. They were able to make them on their sewing machines. Good on you for learning how to use a sewing machine, because
Awesome
those are
job.
not easy.
Yes.
And so they were creating these masks and giving them away. Good on you, Tate and Turner. Tate and Turner.
Yes.
Tate
Yes.
and Turner. Good on you, kid. I think that's awesome.
Awesome job, guys.
Keep it up, guys.
So cool.
Super cool. All right.
It's time for a game. All right.
It's time.
So we've got some people in the chat who have declared their allegiance.
Oh, no.
All right, there's quite a few, so I'm just going to kind of go random here. We have for Team Mary, there was
Let's
a lot
go.
to pick from. You're
Oh,
a
so
fan
right.
favorite.
So popular.
All right, guys. I'm
I've
glad
got
you believe in me.
Isabel Peterson.
Woohoo!
So
Let's
Mary,
go,
you're
Izzy.
competing for Isabel.
Okay, Izzy.
We've got some Team Jaime, Zoria.
Oh,
Hi,
that's
man.
my girl.
Yeah.
We share the same last name, not related.
And then Team Broseph. There wasn't much Broseph love.
Nobody
They-
likes you because
No one
You've been
remembers me.
gone.
All right, Lance McLaren, that's my boy. All
Oh,
right,
there you go,
we're
Lance.
competing for you. All right, so what are we? How
All
what are we
right.
playing?
So we're going to be playing Chubby Bunny. So everyone knows Chubby Bunny, right? Stuff
Hopefully.
a bunch of marshmallows in your mouth, and you have to say Chubby Bunny, where you can like clearly understand that that's what you're saying.
Through the drool.
Yes. Drool, the more drool, the better. But since it's Easter, we're playing with peeps.
Nice.
So instead of just plain regular old marshmallows, we got some pink, blue, and yellow peeps.
Peeps.
So, to
All
speed
right.
things up, we're going to start with 4 peeps.
4.
4?
4.
Alex, come on.
Let's go 5.
No, 4.
4.
Let's
All right.
start. Let's
Sounds
warm
like
up.
Team
I'm on your
Mary's
side,
afraid.
Mary.
All right, let's
I'm
see the
not-
chat.
All right, let's
Let
see.
me get
They're
warmed
changing
up.
Jaime's name.
I gotta get ready.
All right, here we
All
go.
right,
Ready?
stuff them in your mouths. This is so
These-
great.
Oh,
I thought these would be easy.
I have the soft mouth ever.
Yeah, I don't know what y'all are doing.
This is so great.
The bell I'll make it up to you later.
You gotta stuff them in.
All right. Mary only has 2.
I'm already drooling.
Look at that. I'm crying.
I got this.
All right.
We finished starting with 3. All right, let's go.
Who's your idea to do 4? All right,
You're not
Jaime.
supposed to chew it.
All right, Jaime. Chubby bunny.
Chubby bunny.
All right, that's pretty good. All right.
Don't chew it. It's cheating.
Brosif. Your turn. I can't.
Let's go. He's out.
All right, guys, that was like bubble gum. All right, Team Broseph, I'm sorry.
Okay, Mary. Okay.
That's not good.
What? Do I automatically win?
I think Jaime wins.
Team Jaime
Oh,
is the winner.
Yeah.
I'm crying.
Yes.
All right, who are you playing for?
I was
Zoria.
playing for Zoria. Zoria.
Zoria.
Way to go, Zoria.
Jaime's got you.
I can't believe I won with only 4.
I'm glad we can
That was
breathe.
awesome.
Okay, listen, these do not look that big.
Mary's eyes are amazing right now. You should see them.
Y'all.
I think
This
she's
is-
choking. At what point do we have to intervene?
It's so bad.
All right, listen, I've also been gone for a couple weeks. I heard Jaime won like every game.
It's true.
False.
No.
I won last week.
I can't hear
Okay.
you, Mary, because you have
I'm
slobber
sorry,
coming out
Jaime
of your
won.
mouth.
Well, nothing
I can
changed.
breathe.
All right,
I can breathe now.
Team Jaime,
Still Jaime.
congrats,
Good job.
Zoria. We've got
Zoria,
a
you
$10
win.
gift card for you.
Your gift card's coming. Congratulations. Isabel, I'll bring you something later.
Yeah,
I'll be-
Lance. Thanks for repping.
It was awesome.
I'll
Y'all did a
send you
great job.
something.
Team
at some
Thanks
Moreno.
for
point.
believing
Team
in
Moreno.
me. Thanks
Team
for
Moreno.
interacting with us.
Lance, you get the rest of these peeps. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Sorry,
Oh,
camera crew.
That's so bad.
Woo,
All right, guys. So in these last few weeks, we've talked a little bit about finding contentment where we're at and using the time that we have to love others well or to help others. But as we continue in this weird and unfamiliar time, I just wanted to take a few minutes to share with you guys part of my story that really changed the course of my life. So at the beginning of high school, so my freshman and sophomore year, I wasn't really involved in student ministry. I had stepped over the line of faith at camp in junior high, but once I got to high school, I had kind of decided, like, God can wait. I can put my relationship with him on hold because you're supposed to have fun in high school, right? So, I mean, high school was fun, and I was loving it, but I was also really struggling with figuring out who I was. And I cared more about my friends' opinions of me or what people thought of me than I did of anything else. And it didn't always lead to super wise decisions. So high school was going great. I was like, okay, this God thing can wait. Everything is great. And then everything started to change. So in December of my sophomore year, my brother's best friend died in a really terrible accident in our neighborhood. And this kid was always at our house, so he was like a little brother to me, and so the loss was really tough. And I remember at his funeral, people telling stories about him, and just I heard so much about his faith in God and how much he trusted God. And I found myself thinking, well, do I trust God like that? Well, then as days and weeks went on, I was like, okay, everything's going back to normal, like nothing else bad can happen. So I thought. So about 3 months later in March, same year, sophomore year, I got a call from one of my best friends saying that one of our friends and faithful softball studs had committed suicide. And that was really hard. I was thinking, how could two deaths, two tragedies like this happen so close to each other. I mean, these are two great people. They had so much life left to live. Like, if God is good, why would he allow things like this to happen? And so this is when I really began to wrestle with my faith, and I started questioning more who God was. And so that summer, I decided, why not? I'm going to go to big stuff. Church camp on the beach sounds awesome. But I didn't realize that I would learn so much more about who God is. And this is when God really began to work in me and change my life. I knew that my relationship with Jesus didn't need to wait. It needed to be my highest priority. And once I realized that, my whole life changed. I decided to get baptized. Even though I'd stepped over the line of faith in junior high, I knew then that I wanted to proclaim my faith, and I wanted all of my friends and family and everyone to know that I was a follower of Jesus. And then God just started placing even more people in my life, friends, family members, small group leaders, other Christ followers, people that just really pointed me to Jesus and loved me and cared for me and encouraged me. And while those two deaths were super devastating and hard, they really allowed me to break down the walls that I had built up between me and God. It allowed me to put my trust in him. I had this new hope, a new motivation, a new sense of peace that only Jesus could provide. I no longer needed the approval of my friends. My joy was found in Jesus, and it still is. And so, students, as we approach Easter this weekend, I want you to remember what Jesus has done for you. He has made a way for you to have this kind of relationship with him, and he wants to have that kind of relationship with you. So there's no reason for you to wait. You don't need to wait until you're older to have this type of relationship with him. So Easter means that new life is possible because we can have this relationship with him, and he can start something new in us, just like he gave me a new sense of peace, new motivation, and new hope for my life. So students, what in your life, I just want you to think, what in your life is keeping you from this type of relationship with Jesus? Are you willing to allow Jesus to start something new in you, just like he started something new in me when I was in high school? So I hope my story has encouraged you. And tonight in small group, you'll get a little opportunity to be able to talk through some of these things together with your group.
Yeah, thanks for sharing your story, Alex. Appreciate it. Students, like Alex said, this Sunday is Easter. And Easter, we celebrate really the most important and pivotal moment in our faith as followers of Jesus, the fact that Jesus did not stay dead. And then on the third day, he came back to life, and that there is an empty tomb, proving that he is who he said he was, and that he really is God and has the power to forgive our sins. And so Easter is a huge deal to those who follow Jesus. And so this Sunday, like Alex said, we get to celebrate that. And I know that we are absolutely in a weird season. We're in a season where we can't be together, where we have to do this and watch from afar, that this Sunday, this room will be empty, and we won't be able to be together to celebrate that. But I want to encourage you, students, that even in the midst of this unique and crazy season, that what we get to celebrate, and it doesn't matter if we're in this room or not, what we get to celebrate together really defines for us who Jesus is, and really should give us perspective and hope in the middle of everything that we're going through. That even though this room is going to be empty, that the fact that we're celebrating on Sunday that there is a tomb that is also empty. That Jesus did not stay dead, and no matter what is going on in our world and in our lives, you cannot cancel Easter. Everything around us is being canceled and being postponed and just is up in the air, but Easter does not matter. We're celebrating the fact that Jesus has come back to life and that there is an empty tomb. And students, all I want to encourage you with is that truth alone should give us hope and perspective in the middle of all of this. That in that moment, Jesus proved that he has power unlike anything else, that he is God in the flesh. And not only does he have power to conquer death and to forgive sins, but he has the power to carry us through the season that we're in now, whatever it is that you're feeling. And so turn to him and look to him. And we want you to join us this Sunday, our church, and to join us as we worship together live from our own homes or wherever you may be at 10:30 and have our Easter services. They're going to be awesome. They're going to be unique and cool and different. And so be sure to tune in with us and our church. And also, I wanted to read to you something that one of our own students wrote. We have a poet in our midst. Tori Hillis wrote this and sent it to us. I wanted to read to you this quick poem that she wrote that just really helps to frame what it is we're celebrating this Sunday. And so one of our own students, Tori, wrote this. Let me just recite to you what she wrote. I think it was incredibly well written. She wrote, "A time for family and a time for fun, a time to celebrate what Christ has done. Jesus died for the sin of his accusers, and Jesus died to save his abusers. His last words, spoken with us on his mind, he demonstrates God's love of no other kind. Jesus held a record unblemished. In his very last words, he proclaims that it is finished. At the end, it was then spoken, our chains were now broken. We are no longer bound by the weight of our sins as Jesus rose and our new life begins. We celebrate because when we choose light, we now have no fear, for God is now in our fight. We celebrate that we are now sinners set free. That's the power of Easter, of you and to me." Thank you, Tori, for writing that. And students, let that be an encouragement to you that this Sunday, wherever it is that you celebrate with us that Jesus conquered death and the grave, with that help to give us hope and perspective in the midst of whatever it is that we're going through. Thanks again, Tori, for writing that.
Yeah, Tori, that was incredible. I'm super proud of you. So we have one last giveaway. So you guys have been interacting with us weekly on Instagram. So this giveaway is from one of you guys. So let's see.
Who's going to take it home?
Who's going to take it? Who's going to get another gift card?
Whoever that is.
Addison.
Addison,
Panda.
oh, Panda,
Addison
let's go
Panda.
Team Panda.
That's right. You will be getting a gift card soon. We'll be reaching out to you.
Awesome. Listen, guys, on chat, we have some disappointed fans.
Let's hear it.
Team
Okay,
members.
let's hear it.
All right, Jaime, listen, we know you won and everything.
Yeah, I did, so make sure.
But we
let
have
everybody else
some, I knew I shouldn't have gone Team Mary. Team
Oh,
Brosid from the
yikes.
beginning. I mean, they were like, we knew it was a mistake.
know. Wow.
Thanks, guys.
Listen, next week, we want you. We want you with us. Somebody said Team Josiah. That would have been the right
that
choice.
would've been the
That's
one.
sweet.
You want to go again, Mary?
Tonight?
We got peeps. Let's
I
go.
want-
Yeah, you
I
wanna
mean,
go?
I got 4 left. I got some left.
We could do another round.
I was proud I got the 4 in, actually.
We should have started with
We
just
made
2
quite the
instead
mess.
of 4.
Okay,
yeah.
y'all are the ones that said
Hey, I-
4.
Listen, they
It
look
wasn't
small on the thing.
Who won? This guy.
With
I
4.
did.
Yeah.
But look
This
at that.
guy.
Look how gross that is.
Oh, no, it's
That's so
it's
gross.
Yeah, my
disgusting.
mess may have been on the floor,
I'm
so
pretty-
I'll have to clean it.
There's
I'll
some
have to clean it
marshmallow
later.
on
When
the
I get down, I
microphone.
have to make sure that I don't step
Yeah,
that
please don't
way.
step on that.
Yikes.
Yes,
All right, one of the last things we have for you students next week, we know that for many of you, life has been kind of thrown into disarray and plans have been changed in massive, massive ways. The group that has honestly been hit some of the hardest is our seniors. And we know for many of you, just the next few months are just up in the air. What happens with graduation, what happens with school and everything else. And so next week, we wore costumes this week, and that's kind of our theme. Next week, we are going to have our Brazos Pointe, our BPF student prom.
That's right.
And
Better get
everybody's invited, not just our seniors. And so I want to share with you just a couple things we're going to do. We're going to dress up. We're going to get dapper. We want you, if you have your prom outfit or suit, whatever it is, send us a picture of it as well. But we're going to dress up, and we're going to give away some things. And if you know what superlatives are, did any of you win any superlatives in high school?
I sure did.
What
Alex
were
is
you?
so proud.
I got cutest smile.
Wow.
Cutest smile. Did you get a
Lame.
trophy?
I sure did.
Oh, my goodness.
I can't find it though.
Listen, in the hood, we didn't really do those,
True
but
that.
it was cool to watch other people.
True that.
I don't know. I wouldn't have
I
gone
don't
cutest smile.
remember.
No.
It's been a while.
I don't
So-
think about
That
it.
means you probably didn't win anything.
Oh, hello.
Oh, my goodness.
That was a low blow.
You must not have been-
You
I
were
love
a
you,
mean
Mary.
girl. I can feel it
You
right
must not have
across
been.
the table. So, prom.
Yes. So
focus.
this week, students, we want you to, we're going to ask you for some superlatives. So we're going to say, we want to see who has got the best hair, and we want to see who is the most talented. And so we want you to send us your submissions, and we're going to give away some superlatives, and we're going to give away some prizes, and we've got some other things up our sleeves for that. But next week is our BPF student prom. We want to celebrate some of you. We want to celebrate our seniors, but every one of our students is invited to submit to win with us. It's going to be a
Yes.
blast.
I feel like I have marshmallows somewhere. So
Coming out your nose.
But anyway, guys, we want you to invite your friends. We want you to participate. We're super pumped to see your pictures. So make sure you send them in and share this post. I saw a couple of you guys sharing that Student Night Live was tonight. Thank you for doing that. We are super excited about doing this, but we really miss seeing you guys. I miss seeing your faces and hanging out with you every week. So tonight has been a lot of fun. We hope you have a great time. Jump on with your Zoom calls in just a few minutes. Invite your friends to that too.
Wear your
see you
costumes.
Yeah, wear your costumes.
all the
We'll see you
costumes
next
that
week.
Something that
all
you
of
can
them.
tell what it is, not like
If
Wow.
you wear a
whatever Mary
costume,
is.
Rude.
post
So
it
rude.
online and tag us
Yes.
at
That
would be
BPF
really dope.
students.
Show us your costumes. We
Yes.
want to see
Yes.
them.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
All right, guys.
Y'all have a
We
great
love
week.
you.
Bye, guys.
Stay safe.
Peace out,
See you
people.
soon.
See you next week.
See you.